Hi, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to call the January 17th, 2022 Crest Hill City Council meeting to order. If everyone would please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag and please remain standing after the pledge. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Today we remember and we honor Martin Luther King Jr. for all the good things that he did for our country. Unfortunately, he was taken too early from us, but over the short time that he was here, he certainly did change the course of history for the entire country. And the initiatives that he founded and made were long overdue and much needed for our country. We've come a long way since his death, and we still have a ways to go. But we as the city of Crest Hill certainly want to honor, remember, and extend our deepest condolences to the King family on the loss of Martin Luther. And at this time, I would ask for us all to take a moment of silence in his remembrance and his honor. Thank you. Roll call, please, Chris.
Ray Solomon.
Here.
Glenn Conklin.
Present.
Scott Dyke.
Here.
John Burchett.
Here.
Darrell Jefferson.
Here.
Claudia Gazal.
Here.
Tina Oberlin.
Present.
Mark Sapiti.
Here.
Nate Albert.
Here.
Joe Kuhl.
Here.
Thank you.
Okay, you have before you the minutes of the city council meeting held, the Crest Hill City Council meeting held on January 3rd, 2022. Motion would be in order.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderwoman Gazal, seconded by Alderman Sapiti for the approval of the minutes of the January 3rd, 2022 Crest Hill City Council meeting. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
John Burchett.
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Mark Sapiti.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Joe Kuhl.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you.
And you also have before you the minutes of the work session held on January 10th, 2022. Motion would be in order.
So moved. Second.
We have a motion by Alderman Albert, seconded by Alderman Kubal for the approval of the minutes of the work session held on January 10th, 2022. Questions or comments?
I have a question. Is there a reason, like, Chris, like, the minutes are, like, very little, like, we don't cover as much anymore?
Minutes aren't verbatim. They're a synopsis of what happened. I actually typed those for Lori, and she went through them and does correct them and do
Yeah.
stuff like that on them.
I totally understand we don't go, like, word by word,
Yeah.
but if a council person stated a comment, they should at least say, so-and-so stated this, and, like, I would like the minute to reflect on the part of the Regional Water Commission about my comments to the mayor regarding his appointee. It was not added or out, like, nothing that I've said, it's, again, I understand that we don't go word by word, but if you can add that, I would appreciate it.
Any other questions? Roll call, please.
John Burchett.
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Abstain.
Mark Sapiti.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
and Scott Dyke.
Abstain.
Thank you, motion carries.
Okay, we do not have a business promotion this evening, so we'll continue with the agenda items. And first on the agenda is to our city attorney, Mike Stiff. Good evening, Mike.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. You have before you a resolution authorizing settlement of two cases, Will County cases 20 CH 755 and 21 MR 2343. In addition to that resolution, there should have been separately on your spots on the dais a consent decree which will become, if approved, Exhibit A to that resolution. Exhibit A covers the Crest Hill versus MR Unlimited case. Both of these cases were discussed in executive session at the work session. The consent decree was given to the defense counsel in the MR Unlimited case, and he got back to us about an hour and a half before the meeting here tonight with a couple of minor requests on a red line. So we have, I guess, two options. We have looked at the proposed changes. I just did not have a chance to get those inserted into the red line because he sent it as a PDF. And I'm okay in general with the language that he suggests. It's mostly cosmetic. It's not really substantive. I'm happy to discuss those in executive session tonight if you think that that's necessary. Otherwise, you could approve the resolution with Exhibit A in substantially the same form, so long as it is.
I would personally would like if we can discuss this in executive session, since we have to vote on it and we
Okay.
haven't read it.
Okay, so,
If it's okay, I don't know if the rest of council, but maybe not.
so we can go into executive session for
Yeah.
pending litigation. Okay.
I'm sorry.
You don't have to apologize.
I want to know what I'm voting for. Thank you, I'm sorry. It's not like I don't trust you, but it's just.
So other than that, the other case, which I don't believe needs to be discussed in executive session, is the Phillips versus Crest Hill case. That's the administrative hearing case, which was settled or discussed in executive session. The settlement is simply waiver of the $750 fine in exchange for the plaintiff's dismissal of the case, and there should be there's no separate settlement agreement on that. It's all just being done through the court in the dismissal order. So that's the other part of the resolution. So absent that, we can discuss the remainder in executive session, and that's all I have tonight. Happy to answer any other questions.
Do we vote on the
besides that.
one, or do we have to wait for both of them?
No, I would vote on the resolution after the executive session
Okay.
for
Okay.
both,
For
because
both.
it's one resolution.
We will do that. Okay, anything else, Mike?
No, that's it. I have to
Any
answer any other questions.
questions of city attorney? Okay, thank you. To our city administrator, Jim Marino. Good evening, Jim.
Before you tonight, you have a resolution authorizing the sale of the city hall. This was discussed in full session at the last meeting. What the resolution does, it declares the city hall property a surplus property, authorize negotiation of the sale of the property, and allows us to publish notice in a newspaper soliciting proposals to purchase the city hall. And then if we do receive proposals, the due date for those are February 7th. If we do receive proposals, we'll review those. Staff would negotiate a purchase and sale agreement, and bring that before you at a future meeting to consider and approve.
So move.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderman Albert, seconded by Alderwoman Gazal for a resolution authorizing the sale of surplus real estate located at 1610 Plainfield Road, Crest Hill, Illinois, 60403. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Darrell Jefferson,
Yes.
Claudia Gazal,
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Mark Sepiti.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Joe Kubal.
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
John Rashay.
Yes.
Motion carries resolution 1133.
Okay, anything else, Jim?
No, that's all I have.
Any questions of city administrator? Okay, thank you. Moving on to Public Works Department, our Director of Public Works, Mark Seifert. Good evening, Mark.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I have two agenda items before you this evening. The first, which was talked about last week, is a resolution approving a preliminary agreement regarding formation of a regional water commission, making preliminary declarations of future Lake Michigan water needs and other related matters, as spoke about last week at last week's work session. This is our intent to join the Regional Water Commission and pursue Lake Michigan water with a delivery date of 2030 with other surrounding communities.
Okay, so we are voting on all the information in the packet, correct?
Yes, so this is the first 7 or 8 pages are the resolution that we will be passing. The rest is just auxiliary documentation that has to be part of the packet. These are all the things that we talked about last at the work session, but really the first 8 pages are the resolution. Everything else is just the auxiliary information that has to be part of the resolution packet.
It was fascinating reading.
Thank you.
Okay, I would ask for a
I
motion
have a question.
for a resolution approving a preliminary agreement regarding formation of a regional water commission, making preliminary declarations of future Lake Michigan water needs and other related matters.
So moved, Mayor.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderman Albert, seconded by Alderwoman Gazal. Questions or comments?
Yes, I have a question.
problem over here. Go ahead.
I wasn't at the work session, so I don't know what Claudia's comments might have been, but I am curious as how we got the choice of who the backup was. What was the,
That is the appointment from the mayor for an alternate in the mayor's absence that is required of all the communities that will be joining the Water Commission.
what was the rationale behind that one person over everybody else?
The rationale was the mayor's choice of who he would like to have as an alternate on the board. And that was Alderman Albert was my choice. And Alderman Albert has agreed to be the alternate in my absence at any of the future meetings which involves the mayors and the city administrators.
I got one thing, on page 7, Mark,
Which
past
page?
this 11th day, 2021, got to change it to 2022, the date.
Yes, we will change that. Thank you very much. Our hope was to have this done in 2021. We will change that to 2022. Thank you, John, for that catch. So with that slight change.
And what page is that, John?
7,
And date.
the day we passed it. We'll change that to 2022.
Okay, any other questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Tina Oberlin. Tina,
I'm thinking.
oh, do you want to pass?
Yeah, I'll pass for a minute. Yeah, let me think a minute.
Mark Sepiti,
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Joe Kubal.
Yes.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
John Rashay.
Yes,
Darrell Jefferson,
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Tina,
Well, I will say yes, because the basis of this is in the best interest of the city. However, my comments will duly be noted that I don't like some aspect of it.
Mayor, would you like to vote?
I would. Mayor votes yes. The mayor votes yes.
Thank you. Motion carries. It is resolution 1134.
All right, before you continue, Mark, I just have a couple comments in regards to what just happened here with the joining of the Water Commission, then I'll certainly open it up to City Council if anyone would like to make any comments in regards to what has just taken place. So as I have stated in the last several months, that this was going to be the most important vote in the history of the city of Crest Hill. And we have worked diligently from all levels over the past 2 years to get to this point this evening. And with the unanimous vote that has just taken place, I would like all our residents to know that we have set the course for a high-quality, sustainable water supply for the city of Crest Hill for the next 100 years, for the next several generations. Our work is far from over because of this vote tonight. Our work has only begun. And there will be bumps in the road going forward, but we'll work through them and do what is in the best interest of the city at every bump in the road. We have plenty of work to do over the next 8 years with infrastructure and construction throughout the city of Crest Hill to get ready for the Lake Michigan water. But I certainly would like to give credit and an abundance of gratitude for all of the meetings that were attended by everyone here, and to everyone that is still involved in any way today. And that includes all the attorneys, the engineers, the public works representatives, the mayors, the city administrators, the city council members, and last but not least, to the city of Joliet, to Mayor Odekirk, and to Allison Swisher, who spearheaded this project on behalf of the city of Joliet in order to gain the formation of the Regional Water Commission. I believe that we have worked cooperatively and for the good of all of the surrounding communities in forming this commission. We, as the city of Crest Hill, are now charter members, and with the vote that just took place tonight, we are the first to join with the Regional Water Commission, and there are several other communities that will be joining in the near future. And to all our residents, thank you for your patience for us for the last couple of years in working through a lot of the details. But I want you to understand that this is the most cost-effective method for the city of Crest Hill to move forward, to provide a high quality of water. And again, I would just like to give my thanks and my gratitude to everyone that has been involved in this most important decision. With that, I will open it up to City Council if anyone would like to make any comments in regards to the formation.
Well, and throughout this whole thing, I've heard responses from many of our citizens on a daily basis. And I must say that the majority, with maybe one exception, were all positive, all in agreement that this was the best move for the city, which did surprise me that there was only really one disagreeing voice I heard. So the people that did listen, that did know what was going on, seemed to all share the same thought that I did, that this was the only way we really had to go. So I just wanted to say that.
Anyone else?
Just want to thank Mark Seifert and all his team, the attorneys, everyone that was involved in this. Everyone. Amazing job, great job. Can't thank you enough.
Mayor, I'd like to say that it's an exciting step for the city of Crest Hill, to make such a drastic change in our future is going to be beneficial for not only our residents, but also for, potentially commercial businesses that would like quality water and restaurants and stuff like that. So certainly excited about it. Just, I've got to remind the residents that we're still quite a few years away from when it actually comes out of our tap, but we are starting here tonight. Thank you.
Okay. Anything else, Mark?
Yep, the next agenda item I have this evening is the bid approval and contract award to Williams Brothers out of Peoria for the East Water Reclamation Facility phosphorus removal upgrades. As mentioned last week, this project is required through the IEPA for phosphorus removal. The low bid was at $4,930,000. Just over the engineer's opinion of probable cost of $4.9 million. To remind council, this is an IEPA loan project with 15% loan forgiveness and an interest rate of under 1. Those loan terms and conditions will be coming before council before this project takes off from the ground, but the first step is awarding the bid. So I'd be looking for council's approval of the bid.
Motion would be in
So
order.
moved as presented.
Second.
We have motion by Alderperson Oberlin, seconded by Alderwoman Gazal, to award the contract to Williams Brothers for the phosphorus removal upgrades. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Mark Sepiti,
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
John Burchett,
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson,
Yes.
Claudia Gazal,
Yes.
and Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Motion carries, thank you.
That's all I have for this evening, but I would like to thank council for all your support over the last 6 to 7 months in the formation of the Regional Water Commission. Had a lot of work like we've done, but like many of you have said, we have a long road ahead of us, and we will continue to work hard for this city. So thank you.
Thank you, Mark.
Okay, thanks, Mark. Moving on, city engineer, our city engineer, Ron Wiedemann. Good evening, Ron.
Good evening, Mayor. Just have one item. It's an informational item that is requested by IDOT to be presented to council, and then after presented, needs to be filed with the clerk's office. During 2021, I've been working with IDOT to go through basically an audit of all the MFT accounts through January 1st of 2013 through April 30th of 2019. Basically, they reviewed all of our expenditures, they made sure all the expenditures were eligible based on the guidelines. We provided all the appropriate documentation, we closed out all of the projects. So that's what's here in front of you today. Third page of it does say here that there's a net balance account of, on December 31st. That is an error, it should be actually April 30th, 2019. But that basically was our unobligated MFT amount at that time. Obviously, since that time, we've gotten additional funds, we've had additional, but that's what we had, particularly at that time. My internal numbers that I had worked with was in that neighborhood, wasn't exact, and there's lots of reasons why it could be a little bit off, there's some interest and things like that, but it's just an informational item for you. I'm now working on the 2019, 2020, and I've just presented 2021 to them. Does anybody have any questions in regards to this? That's all I had, Mayor.
Okay. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Alderperson Oberlin, seconded by Alderman Dyke for the approval of the motor fuel tax audit for the period beginning January 1st to April 30th. Questions or comments?
No, just good job again.
Thank you.
Roll call, please.
Claudia Gazal,
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Mark Sepiti.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Joe Kubal.
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
John Burchett.
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson.
Yes.
Motion carries, thank you.
Anything else, Ron?
That's it, Mayor.
Okay, any questions for our city engineer? Okay, thank you. Moving on, Community Development Department, you have the reports on file in your packet, and Maura will be here tomorrow. Police Department, our Police Chief, Ed Clark. Good evening, Ed.
Evening, Mayor and Council. I have before you this evening the Comcast contract for the city center and police station. The contract includes an equipment and splicing fee of $44,856.72. This contract was voted on through work session last week informally. Per our discussion, this contract also provides us our fiber internet for our phone system as a backup, our fiber for closed circuit TV, which is our PEG channel, and our 911 connection, which is most important for Will County 911 services. And as I said, we already discussed this in last week's work session. I'd be looking for just a formal approval of that contract.
Motion would be in order.
So move.
Second.
Motion by Alderman Albert, seconded by Alderwoman Gazal for the approval of the Comcast contracts for city center and new police station. Questions or comments?
I forgot one more question when after I called you today.
Yeah.
How are we gonna track how soon they're gonna do this?
Well, they had, I was told, I believe it was 90 to 120 days out. So that's the reason we got moving last week to get that informal vote and get it signed. So It's typically not that long, but they're gonna let us know when they're putting it in.
Can we find a way to keep tracking, because due to the timing, we're already in January?
Absolutely.
Like, to put it like somewhere where reminder, constantly call them to,
Yeah, we've been in contact with Comcast, with their government representative. We'll keep in contact and see if we can get it in the sooner the better.
okay, thank you.
Yep.
Okay, roll call, please.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
John Verche.
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson,
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes,
Tina Oberlin,
Yes.
Mark Sepiti,
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Motion carries, thank you.
We don't have any other agenda items, and your packet, your information is in the packet. I'll entertain any questions.
Any questions of the police chief? Okay, thanks, Ed.
Thank you.
All right, moving on to the mayor's report. This evening, we have 2 proclamations and 1 resolution, so we will, we split up all 3 at the dais here, and I am going to begin with the reading of a proclamation commemorating the City of Crest Hill School Choice Week. Whereas all children in the City of Crest Hill should have access to the highest quality education possible, and whereas the City of Crest Hill recognizes the important role that an effective education plays in preparing all students in the City of Crest Hill to be successful adults, and whereas quality education is critically important to the economic vitality of the City of Crest Hill, and whereas is home to a multitude of high-quality public and non-public schools from which parents can choose for their children, in addition to families who educate their children in their home. And whereas educational variety not only helps to diversify our economy, but also enhances the vibrancy of our community. And whereas our area has many high-quality teaching professionals who are committed to educating our children. And whereas School Choice Week is celebrated across the country by millions of students, parents, educators, schools and organizations to raise awareness of the need for effective educational options. Now therefore, I, Raymond R. Solomon, by virtue of the powers vested in me as the mayor of the City of Crest Hill, along with the members of the City Council, do hereby designate January 23rd, 2022 through January 29th, 2022 as the City of Crest Hill School Choice Week in the City of Crest Hill. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the corporate seal of the City of Crest Hill, the 17th day of January, 2022, Raymond R. Solomon, Mayor. Motion would be in order for the proclamation.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderman Albert, seconded by Alderman Sapiti for its approval. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
John Verche.
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson,
Yes.
Claudia Gazal,
yes,
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Mark Sepiti.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Joe Kubal.
Yes.
Motion carries, thank you.
And we will send a copy of that proclamation to the proper authorities. We have passed this proclamation for the last several years, I think 8 or 9, for School's Choice Week. Next on the agenda, and we have the honor and privilege of having our director of our Crest Hill Branch White Oak Library here with us this evening. And they are celebrating their 100th anniversary as a library district. So we certainly want to congratulate them. And with the 100-year anniversary, they will be holding a dinner at the library by invitation on Friday, February 4th. And they are actually having these dinners in Crest Hill and Lockport and in Romeoville, the 3 communities that the White Oak Library District serves. So with that, they are asking for a waiver of the liquor license and a waiver of the entertainment license in conjunction with the dinner that they're going to have on February 4th within the library building itself. We did discuss this at the work session last Monday evening, so I would ask for approval or a motion for the waiver of the $50 permit fee for the liquor and entertainment for February 4th from 6 PM to 10 PM.
So moved as
Second.
presented.
We have a motion by Alderman Sapiti, seconded by
Second.
Alderman Jefferson. Questions or comments of the motion? Roll call, please.
Nate Albert,
Yes.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
John Verche,
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson,
Yes.
Claudia Gazal,
Yes.
Tina Oberlin,
Yes.
Mark Sepiti.
Yes.
Motion carries, thank you.
And again, I would certainly like to encourage anybody from the city council or anyone involved with the city of Crest Hill to join the party by invitation on February 4th. This is a great milestone for the library district, and it'd be great to see a good turnout there for the dinner that they are proposing that evening. With that being said, you have before you also a proclamation recognizing the 100th anniversary of the White Oak Library District. We split this up between wards 1 and 2, so we will first read the proclamation and pass it, beginning with Alderman Dyke.
Thank you, Mayor. A proclamation recognizing the 100th anniversary of the White Oak Library District. Whereas public library services in Lockport Township were first offered in 1922 when the Lockport Women's Club started a voluntary library in Lockport, Illinois, in Pilgrim Hall. And whereas after unsuccessful attempts were made to establish a tax-supported town library, voters approved the establishment of the Lockport Township Public Library in 1929 and purchased the Boyer residence in 1932 and built a small addition in 1938. And
Whereas in 1965, while responding to the changing needs of the growing community, the library trustees decided to build a new library in Lockport, and in 1969, the trustees decided to expand services and build a new library in the city of Crest Hill, thus forming the Des Plaines Valley Public Library District in 1981. And whereas in 2008, the library trustees agreed to a transfer of the territory with the Fountaindale Public Library District transferring over to the Des Plaines Valley Public Library District. After several referendums attempted in February 2010, voters approved a $23 million building bond measure to construct a new Crest Hill Library branch, refurbish and expand the Lockport Branch Library, and to purchase and refurbish the Fountaindale Public Library building in the village of Romeville. And
Whereas in June 2011, the Board of Library Trustees voted to rename the organization to the White Oak Library District and the Crest Hill Branch. Library was opened to the public in September 2013, and whereas the White Oak Library District has a current circulation of approximately 650,000 items per year and currently has 92 employees amongst the 3 branches and offers a multitude of educational, recreational, and social opportunities to a wide variety of community members of all ages. And whereas libraries are an integral component of every community and offer a wide variety of services to all generations for the betterment of the community and are deserving of the gratitude and appreciation of the citizens of the city of Crest Hill. And
Whereas the White Oak Library District will celebrate this momentous milestone of its 100th anniversary with a celebration including a dinner, numerous programs, events, and activities throughout the year of 2022. Now, therefore, I, Raymond R. Salomon, by virtue of the authority vested in me as the mayor of the city of Crest Hill, do hereby proclaim February 4th, 2022 be observed as a White Oak Library District Day in the city of Crest Hill, and hereby congratulate the White Oak Library District and its 100th anniversary and encourage all the citizens to salute them for their efforts and accomplishments. Giving under my hand and the corporate seal of the City of Crest Hill, this 17th day of January 2022, Raymond R. Salomon, Mayor.
So presented. Second, I'll second it.
We have a motion by Alderman Dyke, seconded by Alderperson Oberlin for the approval of proclamation recognizing the 100th anniversary of the White Oak Library District. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
John Verche,
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson,
Yes.
Claudia Gazal,
Yes.
Christine Oberlin,
Yes.
Mark Sepiti,
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you.
You are welcome. We certainly want to congratulate our director of our library, Scott Poynton. He's been doing it for how many years now, Scott?
Over 15.
Over 15 years. And I think we all remember the library that was on Theodore Street for all those years. It's small size, small parking lot, and it's small amount of circulation. And when you look from the information that was put together in the proclamation, how far the library has come over the last 100 years, 92 employees district-wide, and over 650,000 circulations per year. That's incredible for what they have to offer. And just like our schools in the city of Crest Hill, our library is a very integral part of any community, because a community is only as strong as its school system and its libraries. A lot of people do look for those things when they look to move into a community. And our library, and all three of them, the one in Lockport, the one in Romeoville, are all run very efficiently. There are all generations that go into that library every day, whether to use the internet, to look for a book, to children's programs, the activities, the programs that they have at that library, the programs that they had when all of our children were at that age as youngsters to go into the library to learn and to gather information has just been incredible. So I want to, on behalf of all of the citizens of the city of Crest Hill, Scott, present you with a copy of this proclamation that we have just passed. I want to thank you for your commitment, your dedication, your loyalty, not only to the Crest Hill branch, but to Romeoville and to Lockport branches also. It's an incredible feat to try to handle those three buildings and to provide the services that you do. But you do it very well, and we're very proud to have you in the city of Crest Hill. So congratulations on behalf of myself and everyone in the city of Crest Hill.
Thank you so much, Mayor.
And certainly the podium is yours.
All right. Thank you, Mayor and Council. This is quite an honor. As you gathered from the reading of the proclamation, it's quite a storied history. 100 years is a long time, and as I was listening to that, it kind of reminded me a little bit of just the city of Crest Hill. I mean, officially Crest Hill incorporated in 1960, so someone might say Crest Hill is only 62 years old, but obviously there was a community before it incorporated, and so a very long storied past. And I think one of the things that I've tried to bring is a little bit of a drive and continuing to look forward. It might be easy to rest on laurels or whatever, but we're, as the mayor said, we're a really good library right now, and we're striving every day, every week, every month to be a great library. And we're very proud of what we've accomplished, but there's a lot to do still, and so we're not done just yet. And I would also mention, I can get in a commercial while I get the podium. So the mayor mentioned the dinner that we're having on February 4th. That's kind of a combination celebration, recognize our library partners, announce the existence of our new foundation that we've just launched. But also throughout the calendar year of 2022, we're going to have all kinds of activities at the library celebrating this anniversary. So look for all ages, open to the public, birthday parties to happen in May at all three of our branches, and all kinds of other fun things that we're going to do throughout the year. So, yeah, I'm humbled and honored to receive this. So, thank you all very much.
So just stay right there. I'm going to open up the city council for any comments they would like to make to you.
Scott, I just have one question. What are some of the ways that they can support the foundation?
Okay, so we have like I said, a brand new library foundation.
it is a true endowment type of foundation, so any money given to the foundation is principal and it will never be spent. So if you give $10, that $10 for the rest of time will earn interest that goes to the library. So it's an endowment. So the principal will never be touched. The interest money will start to flow to the library to create a source of income that doesn't come from tax dollars. And that's what, that's what I've been hearing for the last 15 years. So that's what we've now put together. So to Alderman Albert's point, anybody who donates during this calendar year will be considered a centennial donor, and they'll be recognized as such, forever on our website, the foundation website, I should say. And that's, $1 up to, in theory, $249. If you're willing to give $250, you get a bronze leaf on the donor tree, which is about to be installed at the Crest Hill branch in the next week or so. $500 gets you a silver leaf, $750 gets you a gold leaf. If you really want to be a big spender, $1,000 will get you an acorn, which is bigger on the tree. We are the White Oak Library District, after all. There are acorns. And then beyond that, the foundation has conceived of and the library board has approved a naming rights sort of menu for spaces in the library. So, if you'd like the Raymond Solomon, Children's Department, you could probably get that for the low price of $75,000 Mayor.
All right.
But, there's meeting rooms and whatnot. They're much, much less expensive. But like I said, the whole thing is conceived of so that, in 5 years or 10 years or however long it takes us to sell all the leaves on the trees and sell all the naming rights of the rooms or whatever, there might be $1 million sitting in the bank churning out $50,000. That's probably not that much, but whatever, tens of thousands of dollars of income every year, interest income, which will go to support and sustain the library's efforts. So it is a leave a legacy type of situation because, like I said, the principal will never be touched. So any dollar given will continue to produce income for the library forever.
You're going to have one of these giving trees at each of the branches?
We will, yes. So we're having these partner parties that the mayor had mentioned earlier in the order that our 3 buildings opened. So the Lockport party is this Friday, because that was our first branch, obviously. And then 2 weeks later, the Crest Hill party will happen. And our intention is to have these trees, in place and mounted in time for each of those parties. So it's kind of they're a celebration party, but also it's a sort of also celebrating the launch of our new foundation as well as looking backwards. We're also looking forwards. And then the Romeville party is 3 weeks after the Crest Hill party. So.
Thanks.
Well, Scott, I think you've done a remarkable job since you've taken over. I've seen all the great changes that have come to this library district, and I want to thank you personally for what a great job you've done. And if somebody wants to donate to this, can they just mail you a check, and if so, where? Because I think it's a wonderful, wonderful idea, and you always come up with great ideas, but I think this is a really great one, so.
Thank you. So the foundation has a website. It's www.wofound, wofound.org. And it lists all the ways that you can give. If you want to use a credit card, we use PayPal as our credit card processor. But all those means are explained there on the website. But otherwise, if you want to write a check, just make it out to White Oak Library Foundation and bring it to the library and tell them to give it to me. We'll make it happen.
Anyone
Scott,
else?
thank you for everything you've done, and I also want to thank you on a personal note for all your support for the food pantry. That every time I reach out to you, you're very helpful, and we're doing it again in a couple of months. So
Sounds great, yeah.
I appreciate everything you do for Crest Hill and for the residents.
Thank you.
Thank you, Scott, for all you've done for the city of Crest Hill. Congratulations on 100 years. That's amazing. I think you provide such an invaluable service to the residents with the library. And as a father of 3 that have are all teenagers now, I believe I spend many hours in the library with them, helping them on projects or taking part in the programs that you had there as well. Been an integral part of their childhood. So I want to thank you personally.
Thank you.
Scott, I just wanted to also thank you for, I know it was one of your goals to get the foundation started pretty much when you got here, so
Yeah.
congrats on getting that off the ground and in place. Keep up the good work. Thanks.
Thank you. Yeah, 100 years is a long time. I looked it up. Betty White was born 9 days before our library district opened its doors. So just to put it in perspective, they were the same age. What I was going to say is the only library that I'm aware of out here in the southwestern suburban area that's this age or older is Joliet. We're, out of all the other libraries in our consortium, other than Joliet, we're the oldest library. So in many ways, we're the little library that could, because, you know, it might not have been flashy or fancy for a lot of those 100 years, but it kept on chugging along. So it's an honor to be here. Thank you all.
Thank you, Scott.
Okay, thanks, Scott.
Thanks.
Scott.
Thanks, Scott, and thank the trustees of the library board for going along, the wisdom they had, that they planned all this and worked out very well for them.
I will.
They deserve some contact too.
Absolutely, yes, I'll pass that along. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Scott. Next, our final agenda item is a resolution honoring Janet M. Serdar on her retirement as Deputy City Clerk of the City of Crest Hill. Again, Jan did retire last week. So with that, we will have Wards 3 and 4 read a resolution in her honor, and we'll begin with Alderperson Overland.
Resolution 1132, a resolution honoring Janet M. Serdar on her retirement as Deputy City Clerk of the City of Crest Hill. Whereas Janet M. Serdar began her career with the City of Crest Hill on October 20th, 1986 as a temporary employee and was appointed Deputy City Clerk on April 20th, 1987. And whereas Janet M. Serdar has, over her 35-plus years of service, received numerous awards, recognitions, and letters of appreciation and gratitude from the citizens of the City of Crest Hill, and
Whereas Janet M. Serdar, over the course of her career, was responsible for the day-to-day operations of the city clerk's office, several citywide elections, and maintaining all official city records, along with several other duties and responsibilities. And whereas Janet M. Serdar was a valued employee who served in the role of deputy city clerk with professionalism, integrity, humility, and most importantly, compassion, and has developed positive relationships with both businesses and citizens over her long and distinguished career, and has worked cooperatively with numerous staff members with the goal of improving the quality of life of the City of Crest Hill citizens. And
Whereas Janet M. Serdar retired on January 7, 2022, and the City of Crest Hill wishes to recognize her for her commitment, dedication, and loyalty, along with her excellent service to the citizens of the City of Crest Hill, and express our appreciation and admiration of her work for the past 35 years. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Mayor and the City Council of the City of Crest Hill, Will County, Illinois, as follows. Section 1. The Mayor and the City Council of the City of Crest Hill wish to express their heartfelt gratitude and profound expression of thanks to Janet M. Serdar for her dedicated years of service to the citizens of Crest Hill.
Section 2. The mayor and city council extend their best wishes to Janet M. Serdar for a productive and joyous future and for her continued success in whatever endeavor she chooses. Section 3. The Crest Hill City Clerk is directed to forward a copy of this resolution to Janet M. Serdar and make the original of the resolution available to members of the general public during normal business hours at the City of Crest Hill City Clerk's office. Resolved this 17th day of January 22nd. Christine Verche Hall, City Clerk, approved this 17th day of January 2022. Raymond R. Solomon, Mayor.
so moved as presented.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderperson Oberlin, seconded by Alderman Albert, for the approval of a resolution honoring Janet M. Serdar on her retirement as Deputy City Clerk of the City of Crest Hill. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Darrell Jefferson,
Wow, yeah.
Claudia Gazal,
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Mark Sepiti,
yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Joe Kubal.
Yes.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
John Rashay.
Yes.
Motion carries. Resolution 1132.
And unfortunately, Jan could not be with us this evening, so we will certainly make some arrangements here at City Hall and invite everyone to honor her on the resolution. With that, I will open it up if anyone would like to make any comments in regards to Jan.
Well, I certainly would, because as I said last time, in all the years she's been here, throughout everything, even before I served on this council, there's one thing that you could be sure of when you walk through that front door. You were always treated with a smiling face, you were always helped, you were always given the best information. She never showed partiality to anyone. She gave all the time. If you needed an answer, she got you that answer. And she knew most of it off the top of her head. She was a 1 in a million, and not only was she a 1 in a million, but I consider her a good friend of mine, and I wish her a very, very happy retirement, but she will be sorely missed. And I want to thank her for doing such a wonderful job for 35 years through everything that's gone on, the tumult throughout the city from different things in COVID and you name it. She was always consistently wonderful. And that is a rarity in any job, to have an employee work for you that long. And she deserves an accolade for that. And Representative Natalie Manley also had one sent through the House for her. She got that at her party. So I was very pleased to see that. So congratulations, Jan. Good job.
I'd like to congratulate Jan. I know Jan for a number of years. I knew her mother for a number of years. I was happy to vote for her when we hired her, and it's nice to see her last 30 years. She's the first one in the department that last 30 years retired from that department. So it's an honor for her also. She's number one.
Jan was the type of person that if you asked her something, she got it to you in no time. She had a wealth of knowledge in her head, and we're really going to miss her. And like Tina said, you know, after so many years, people just become friends, and it's certainly going to miss seeing her face around here.
I want to thank Jan for all her years of service. She was always a reliable person that you could depend on to help get you answers, whatever it may have been that you needed to find out or that. She was always there. I thought, you know, she was here before I started, and I thought she'd be here after I left, but I guess I outlasted her. It surprised me, you know. But seriously, thanks again, Jan.
I'll echo what everyone would have been said here, but congratulations, Jan, and I'm hoping to see you in your next party, eventually, Mayor, it's coming up. So see you soon, Jan, and I will congratulate you personally.
Thanks, Jan, for your many, many years of service to the city of Crest Hill. As Nate said, you were always so helpful and always quick to respond and provide answers. And enjoy your retirement. Thank you.
Okay. From the mayor, congratulations, Jan. Certainly well-deserved. Wish you nothing but good health and happiness in your retirement, and thank you for your commitment, your dedication, and your loyalty to the city of Crest Hill. It's very rare for anybody to work 35 years in one place and retire from there anymore. So that's a very loyal person that we had at the city of Crest Hill for many, many years. So congratulations to you, and thank you for your friendship.
Can I say one more thing?
Sure.
Jan, if you're listening to the program tonight, when you go on vacation, look down and see what your shoes will look like before you leave. She'll know what I'm talking about.
Okay. That's it for the mayor's report. If there's any questions, I'll certainly try to answer them. Hearing none, we'll move on to our city clerk's report. Our city clerk, Christine Verche Hall. Good evening, Chris.
Good evening. First, thank you, council, for approving the resolution for Jan. And yes, she was a great asset to the city of Crest Hill. She is missed. Karen has some big shoes to fill, and she's doing a good job at it. And I just have a note that per the local 150 union contract that was approved on December 20th, 2021, President's Day is now included as an observed holiday. The city council meeting scheduled for Monday, February 21st will be canceled and rescheduled for Tuesday, February 22nd, 2022. And that's all I have to report.
Any questions of city clerk? Okay, thanks, Chris. City Treasurer's report, our Treasurer, Glenn Conklin. Good evening, Glenn.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I'd like to report regular and overtime payroll from December 20th, 2021 through January 2nd of 2022 in the amount of $266,137.50. The only item I'm looking for action on is I would appreciate your, request your approval on our list of bills in the same time frame totaling $1,266,513.68.
So moved as presented.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderperson Oberlin, seconded by Alderman Jefferson for the approval of the list of bills. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Claudia Gazal,
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Mark Sepiti,
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
John Verche. Darrell Jefferson.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you.
I thank you all. Take any questions if you have them.
Questions of City Treasurer?
Glenn, I don't have a question so much as, I was speaking with Lisa, one day about a new program that she, put into place that, I guess catches bad checks before they get cashed.
Correct.
And, it doesn't cost the city anything to run this program, and she told me the first month that she ran it, there was over $31,000 in checks that were recovered.
I think maybe a better explanation would be
Or not
checks that were
cashed.
submitted,
Yes.
not cashed.
Right, but that saved us
captured by-
$31,000, did it not?
Assuming they would have went through, that's not
But
likely.
I just think that's really remarkable that she's, jumped in and done something like that to save the city money, and, she should be applauded for that. That
Yes.
was there before and it was not utilized.
Correct. It was, a while back, it was declined,
Yeah,
was chosen not to be used. In this case, it does put a little bit of extra burden, an extra step on the accounts payable and receivables, but that extra step can save us money along the line.
Well,
And it's a free program, takes nothing but a little bit
Exactly.
of time to,
little effort on our part, but saving money, and probably should have been done a long time ago, but
I agree.
I
An
think
extra
she
set of
deserves
control.
kudos for that. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Tina.
Anybody else? Okay, thanks, Glenn. Unfinished business, we have nothing on the agenda. Anyone? New business, anyone? Committee liaison reports, anybody? City council comments, positive city council comments, anything you'd like to share with your constituents? Anybody? First? We'll begin with Alderman Kubal this evening.
Mayor, nothing tonight.
Alderman Albert,
And nothing more than what's already been said.
Ward 3, Alderman Sapiti,
Nothing at this time, Mayor.
Alderperson Oberlin.
Well, I would like to reiterate that today is a day to honor Martin Luther King and the strides he made for civil rights in this country, and let those efforts not be lost. We still have a long road to go in America in that respect, and I think we all need to take a page from his book.
Ward 2, Alderwoman Gazal.
Just want to bring awareness, Mayor, that January is the titled Cancer Awareness National Month, as early detection is really important. Look at the small details like losing hair, gaining weight. There are little things that we don't consider. I'm a survivor myself, and I was lucky enough to detect it early. So just be careful and be safe. That's it, Mayor. Thank you.
Alderman Jefferson.
Yes, I'd like to thank you, Mr. Mayor, for your remarks regarding Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. Also, I'd like to get an update, if we can, on the El Guayo supermarket situation. I have been in communication with some of those residents, and I'd like to give them an update as soon as possible.
Actually, just so I can, there's a meeting, you'll be invited to it soon.
Ward 1, Alderman Verche.
Not this time.
Alderman Dyke.
Nothing to add, Mayor.
Okay. Public comment. Anyone would like to address city council, please step to the podium, state your name for the record. Your address is optional. Let the record show that no one has approached the podium. There is a need, to our city attorney, Mike, there is a need for an executive session, correct?
Correct. That would be a motion to go into an executive session to discuss pending litigation, 5 ILCS 122C11.
So move, Mayor.
Second.
Motion by Alderman Albert, seconded by Alderperson Oberlin for an executive session. Roll call, please.
Mark Sepiti,
Yes.
Nate Albert. Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
John Verche, Darrell Jefferson.
Yes.
Buddy Gazal.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, we'll be going into executive session at 8:02 PM. Good night.
Thanks, Scott.